What's going on? You're watching Panthers Post. Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. I'm going to put a umbrella over this entire episode. Number one, it's Canadian Thanksgiving. The whole family's asleep. Had the in-laws, had the aunt-in-law, had my mom, my dad, my wife's BFF slash my BFF over. Got the kid. I roasted the turkey. I did all that stuff. And I've been drinking since about 2 p.m. 2 p.m. once my bet started losing. I had an insane 7-game parlay. I started losing that. So started drinking. That. And then last night, if you guys are keeping track at home, the Toronto Blue Jays lost in historically awful fashion to the Seattle Mariners. # America's team. So I'm in a mood. All right? I'm in a mood right now. To the San Francisco 49ers, not surprisingly, 37-15. And I'm not so much going to talk about the game itself. I'm going to talk about what I'm reading between the lines and what I think is happening right now and what I think is going to happen. I'm not an expert. I'm not an insider. I'm not even a professional reporter in this. I'm a professional reporter. Hell, if any of you guys watching this right now are in America right now and you want to sponsor me to work down in the States so I can cover this team honestly, I will do that. Not saying the guys who do it now don't do it honestly, but I would do it on your behalf 100%. There's a lot going on, I think. There's a lot going on, and I have no sources. I'm just kind of reading between the lines. The guy who watches a lot of football and a guy who listens to a lot of people who are a lot smarter than me. So, the Carolina Panthers lose again. They're 1-3 at home. They are 1-2 in the last 3 games at home. Of course, lost last week at Sam Mills Day against the Arizona Cardinals, who barely lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I was listening to Move the Sticks. So if you guys are X's and O's people, I'm a big X's and O's guy audibly. I don't actually watch the X's and O's, but I listen to people who do. # my guy Aaron from Unnecessary Bluntness. That guy's an X's and O's master right now. Check that video out. Normally in the NFL, it's around this time, week 5, week 6, when you start to figure out what the team is. And so it is blatantly obvious this is who the Panthers are. And it sucks so bad for people who have been watching during the offseason like me and during rookie minicamp, foolishly thinking, you know what, there's a different vibe with this team. Maybe that momentum ended when Matt Corral went down with the Liz Frank injury. Damn you, Liz. But this team felt like there was a different energy, 100%. You know, it looks like they were making smart moves, you know. Austin Corbett, Bradley Bozeman, who hasn't played, but for good reason because Alfline was doing a good job. Drafting, finally, a left tackle of the future who could very well be the left tackle of the future. Deontay Foreman, Rashad Higgins, who then eventually, obviously, later on, Baker Mayfield, former first overall pick. They have chemistry together. You know, guy's got a chip on his shoulder. He's got that moxie. Cam Newton, that's what we wanted. You know, Laviska Shenault, during the season, this guy's a big dude. He could be a Deebo Samuel type. C.J. Henderson's making moves. Xavier Woods, no, there's a veteran presence in the back end. You know, Jeremy Chin coming down. Frankie Louvu going to be in the starting linebacker core. He's a maniac. He's got his hair on fire. You know, things were making sense on paper. But then this team is what it is. It's week 5. Next week against a struggling Los Angeles Rams team who just lost at home to the Dallas Cowboys. So you know they're out for blood. They're a proud franchise. They just won the Super Bowl. This team is what it is. It is what the record is. That's what Bill Parcells says. And Matt Rule is a Giants guy, but your record is what it is. You're 1-4. You're shit. This is a shit team. It's not shit talent. Like the players aren't shit. No way. They got talent. They have talent in every aspect, and we saw it. The people saw it. Kyle Brandt, Good Morning Football. The most honest guy probably in NFL media right now. The dude works for the NFL. Eviscerated Russell Wilson last week. Eviscerated. Just basically called him a garbage human being. And he was like, these Panthers could surprise people. Because he saw on paper that this squad's got the talent. They have talent. But the execution's not there. Whether it's on Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, 20 for 36, 215 yards. and 1 interception, overshooting Christian McCaffrey in the 9 seconds of the first half for a pick 6. That's some Sam Darnold territory. So now you're starting to wonder, is this Sam Darnold? Was he really that bad? Is it the system? Is it the culture that Matt Rule is trying to build? I don't know what it is. Just let players be players. Well, guess what? These players, they might need some guidance, and maybe it's not the right guidance. Yeah, we do. We have because with that win with Houston, Carolina has the first overall pick. The lowest winning percentage in the NFL. So the Panthers have the first overall pick as we speak. And this is what I'm going to be talking about. Let's take a look at Joe Person. I was just looking through Joe Person's stuff. Now, mind you, it was a Canadian holiday. All right. I was cooking. Unlike the Panthers offense. I was cooking. And Joe Person from The Athletic, I respect his analytics, analysis, observations, very much so. Kyle Shanahan showing mercy by punting here rather than going for 4th and 1. People feel sorry for the Panthers. C.J. Henderson gives up. Okay. J.C. Horn into the locker room with an apparent lower body injury. What else? Baker Mayfield limping. Crowds booing. Baker Mayfield in an air cast. Walking around. Walking boot. So, J.C. Horn. Last year's high draft pick. Out. Questionable for return. Baker Mayfield. Quarterback that they called out for. Put the next on the line. As in the coach in question. And now in a walking boot. Frankie Louvu, one of the bright spots in the defense, not playing. Jeremy Chin, hamstring tightness. Sideline for this game. Christian McCaffrey going to keep playing because he's a battler. According to Sheena Quick, who I respect very much so. I'm glad she's getting her shine with Pat McAfee. Visibly pissed off. Let's see what she had to say. Let's see what she had to say. Sheena Quick. Christian McCaffrey's pissed. What does that mean? Yeah, he's pissed. Laviska Shenault picked up. Sideline. Don't bother. Hammy. Whoever the fuck is the trainer for this team, stretch these motherfuckers' hammies or like work on the counterbalances on this team. Because your quads are too tight, your hammies are too weak. Why are they pulling these hammies all of a sudden? What I'm saying is, you got all these guys injured. Are they going to play next week? I don't know. But this, to me, screams. And then P.J. Walker doing his thing because Baker Mayfield's down with a lower body injury. To me, this is a call from higher up. This is what they call organizational tanking. So they're going to see what the young guys have to prove for this team. Terrace Marshall, a couple really nice catches. Actually got me hyped. I was tweeting, yes, Terrace Marshall. Because we know this dude could be Mushi Muhammad 2.0. But this is organizational tanking, everybody. This is what it looks like. Get your prime players. Get your prime pieces. Your Frankie Louvus, your J.C. Horns. You know, in this year at least, your Baker Mayfields, even though he's playing like garbage, you take them off the shelf. So they're no longer the excuse. You're going to let the young guys play it out, learn, kind of like the Houston Texans. Like they won today, but they're organizationally tanking. Like they didn't pick a quarterback this year. They got Davis Mills. They're going to roll with it. That's like, you're not like actually tanking. You're putting in some effort. But, we'll see with the trade deadline, which I believe is November 1st. And with the whole news that Christian McCaffrey's pissed, whatever that means. Organizational tanking is, you're going to sell some guys. Because I feel bad. I feel bad for 22. I really do. And I mentioned that before 2 episodes ago. Check it out. He's in the prime of his career. He is completely healthy. He scored a touchdown as if he was a hot knife through butter. The guy is still amazing. He's not being used the way he was, unfortunately, when Joe Brady was here. He's just not being used that way. Or Norv Turner. He's just not. He doesn't deserve this. He came into this team at the worst possible time. And, he missed the Super Bowl year. That's a bummer. And he came in with a Cam Newton that was getting banged up left, right, and center. And then, lo and behold, Cam Newton's gone. Then Christian is signed long-term. And then there's a firing of the head coach, and then bringing on this college coach who's kind of in over his head. He's underwater. He's like mismatching college coaches with pro coaches. Ends up letting go of all the college coaches, keeping one of the guys in Phil Snow, and then picking up all these new guys, a brand new offensive scheme altogether. And now you're finally healthy after you just got hurt, after getting hurt after 3 weeks, bang, bang. And now you're back after 2 seasons, not really doing anything, playing 10 games. Now you're here, and the team's garbage. Your boy is Sam Darnold. We know that. I'm not seeing any Instagrams with Christian McCaffrey and Baker Mayfield doing their thing with their wives and their girlfriends. I'm not seeing that. You saw that by the truckload with Christian McCaffrey and Sam Darnold. They're boys. They like each other. They're both West Coast guys. It makes sense. I get it. Baker's a Texas guy. I don't know what that means, but maybe in the States that means something. But clearly Sam Darnold was his guy. He's not happy. He's not happy. He's pissed. He's losing. He's seeing guys like, Leonard Fournette, who he's definitely a better player than, get rings. And so just let the guy go. Honestly, it's not even I think people won't be mad because it's not like a Cam Newton who was busted and the quarterback market was dried up. This is a Christian McCaffrey where he is a coveted project. He's not a project, coveted prospect for a team that's looking to get a ring, whether it's the Philadelphia Eagles, whether it's the Chiefs, whether it's the Chargers who won today. These guys will trade. These guys will make things happen. If you can get a second and third, that maybe you can trade up so you can get a guy like Will Anderson with the first overall pick, and then bunch a couple other picks up, move up to maybe get a Anthony Richardson or the kid out of Tennessee or somebody in the first round, Will Levis out of the first round. Get a 2-for-1 type situation. 2 isn't 2 picks, 1 is in the first round. I just feel bad for him. I want Christian McCaffrey to succeed. Maybe go to the Bills. The Bills don't really need him. They don't need him. But, it'd be nice to see Christian McCaffrey during the heyday of the Carolina Panthers in 2015. And that's who the Bills are right now. Just substitute Cam Newton for Josh Allen. And that's the Buffalo Bills right now, is the 2015 Carolina Panthers. But way less swag. But this is organizational tanking, what we're seeing right now. It'd be interesting to see if J.C. Horn is playing next week against the Rams. Here it is. Christian McCaffrey's pissed again. My timeline's trolling me. It wouldn't surprise me if Baker Mayfield sits out, J.C. Horn sits out for precautionary reasons. It's a hip. Frankie Louvu sits out. Laviska Shenault sits out, and it's P.J. Walker starting in L.A. with a receiving core of DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Shi Smith, Terrace Marshall, which should be fucking decent. It actually sounds decent. It's saying it out loud. But the defense being as decimated as it is right now, and the offense being what it is right now, they're basically a walking duck because this defense can't stay on the field as long as it is right now because this offense just can't make it happen, and it's unfortunate. It's sad when your kicker is your new kicker, which you didn't even want to pick up, but Eddie Dinero Pinheiro is the biggest acquisition on this team because that's what made this game kind of close. But there really is no point besides virtue signaling to fire Matt Rule right now. I understand that. The only reason is to start the hiring process now. But what's that going to do? You're going to it's not going to be Ben McAdoo who's going to be interim head coach. It's going to be Steve Wilkes. Now he's going to be in a shitty position yet again, and he's just going to be the dead man walking. That's what's going to. You might get a head coach bump, but then he's going to get gassed yet again for another head coach prospect, and we're all going to feel bad again. So you just kind of keep Matt Rule. And you organizationally tank. You keep him there. You get that first overall pick. And whoever the new head coach is, hey, now you got the first overall pick. You have your choice of Will Anderson, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. And I don't know if Will Levis is gonna elevate that much. But, maybe you get that first overall pick. You make people think you're going to get Will Anderson. They trade up. Someone else gets Will Anderson. You get a boatload of motherfucking picks. You get the second pick or third pick. And then you still get yourself a C.J. Stroud and some other guys, like a linebacker, another linebacker, a tight end, the cat out of Notre Dame. Maybe some offensive line help, an edge. That's how I feel about this squad. On to LA next week. We're still going to talk about it. I appreciate the love from the last episode with Aaron with unnecessary bluntness. And we're going to do more of those. I appreciate you guys. See you next week, midweek, maybe another collabo.